Welcome back to your third week of your paper trebuchet project. So this is probably the week that you've all been looking forward to. It's the challenge week and arguably probably one of the most exciting of the tasks that you'll get to do over this project. I'm sure you've already had a go at testing out your trebuchets to see how they perform, but this is the official test week where we need you to actually record that data for us. So just a brief recap on what exactly you need to be able to achieve with your trebuchet. So we are looking for accuracy. So how accurate is your trebuchet when firing 10 shots over a target of 3 meters? You've got 2 minutes to complete those 10 shots. So if you need to kind of rejig your trebuchet, if it moves around a little bit, those 2 minutes should hopefully allow you enough time to do so. So your target that you created last week, hopefully you've created some sort of scoring system and you can gauge how many times you hit the bullseye. Your second challenge is your distance challenge. So how far can your bullet actually be launched? And you'll get 3 tries for that, and we'll only make note of your furthest try. So don't worry if your first 1 or 2 attempts aren't as successful as you were hoping for. And lastly is your weight test. So with this one, what is the heaviest item that your trebuchet can hold before it collapses? Hopefully you have strengthened your trebuchet last week throughout your development phase to actually allow it to hold a greater weight without it crumpling or getting ruined, essentially. So for this week's worth of work, you'll obviously need your completed trebuchet, which should all be in tip-top working condition, your target and your bullet that you created last week, a variety of different weights to be tested. Obviously you need to know how heavy these weights are, so some kitchen scales will also be really useful there. Apologies, I didn't put that on the resources list. And also a phone or a camera to record your tests. And then there is a challenges template which should have also been issued to you this morning, which you are to use to actually record all of your data. So we actually want that template back. So once you've filled in all of the information, submit that as your assignment, please. So the challenges template looks a little bit like this. You can clearly see here we've got the 3 different categories that we're testing against: accuracy, distance, and weight. We want a photographic evidence of each of those tests being performed. So my suggestion to you here would probably be to either record the videos for each of the tests and then just take a screenshot, or maybe you've got an extra pair of hands that can just help you take a photo whilst you're performing those tests yourselves. The questions here, so those are obviously where you can read through and then put your answers just beneath. And then there's a little bit of a reflective section just in this bottom section that I've just drawn a box around right there. And that is where we're trying to get you to almost evaluate your project to see how you could have maybe done better had you've made a few tweaks here and there, or maybe in hindsight, having performed these tests, you've had new thoughts or responses on how you could have best tackled the challenges, essentially. So well done, and we look forward to seeing your work once again.